Introduction to pollinators. Pollinators are vital components of ecosystems, responsible for the reproduction of many plants. These animals, including bees, butterflies, birds, and bats, transfer pollen from one flower to another, facilitating fertilization. This process is crucial for the production of fruits, seeds, and the continuation of plant species. The pollination process. Pollination occurs when pollen, which contains the male gametes of a plant, is transferred to the female reproductive organs of another plant. This can happen through wind or water, but animal pollinators are the most effective agents. As they feed on nectar or collect pollen, these creatures inadvertently brush against the flower's reproductive organs, picking up pollen and transferring it as they move from flower to flower. Importance of pollinators for biodiversity. Pollinators play a significant role in maintaining biodiversity. Many flowering plants rely on pollinators for reproduction, and these plants, in turn, provide food and habitat for a wide variety of other organisms. Without pollinators, the diversity of plant species would diminish, leading to a cascading effect on the entire ecosystem, affecting animals that rely on these plants for food and shelter. Pollinators and food production. Pollinators are essential for food production, as they are responsible for pollinating a large percentage of the crops humans consume. Approximately 1/3 of the food we eat, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, depends on animal pollinators. Crops like apples, almonds, blueberries, and coffee are just a few examples of the many foods that require pollination to produce yields. Economic impact of pollinators. The economic value of pollinators is immense. They contribute billions of dollars to the global agricultural industry by increasing crop yields and quality. The decline of pollinator populations can lead to reduced agricultural productivity, increased costs for farmers, and higher prices for consumers. Protecting pollinators is therefore not only important for the environment but also for the global economy. Threats to pollinators. Pollinators face numerous threats, including habitat loss, pesticide exposure, climate change, and diseases. Urbanization and agricultural expansion have led to the destruction of natural habitats, reducing the availability of food and nesting sites for pollinators. Pesticides can be toxic to pollinators, weakening their populations and disrupting their behavior. Conservation efforts. Efforts to conserve pollinators focus on protecting and restoring their habitats, reducing pesticide use, and promoting pollinator-friendly practices. Planting native flowers, creating pollinator gardens, and maintaining wild areas are ways to support pollinator populations. Additionally, reducing the use of harmful chemicals in agriculture and encouraging organic farming can help mitigate the impact on pollinators. Role of pollinators in ecosystem services. Pollinators provide essential ecosystem services beyond food production. They help maintain the genetic diversity of plants, contribute to soil health, and support the growth of vegetation that stabilizes soil and prevents erosion. These services are critical for the overall health and resilience of ecosystems. The interconnectedness of pollinators and other species. Pollinators are part of a complex web of interactions within ecosystems. Many animals depend on pollinated plants for food, and the decline of pollinators can lead to a reduction in plant species that, in turn, affects herbivores and the predators that rely on them. The health of pollinator populations is therefore closely linked to the health of entire ecosystems. Conclusion. The crucial role of pollinators. Pollinators are indispensable to the functioning of ecosystems and the survival of many species, including humans. Their role in plant reproduction, food production, and ecosystem services underscores the importance of protecting these vital creatures. By understanding and addressing the threats they face, we can ensure that pollinators continue to thrive and support life on Earth.